Happy birthday. I'm Andy and I'm going to read to you about the birthday 6th of August. And so you're born on the 6th of August, which is a day of creativity and magnetism of Venus. And this 6th of August can give you plenty of benefits in your life. It can produce plenty of levels of owning property and doing very well in whether as a professional, as a business person. And you will have a character which will always want to look good and feel good. You will be the one with the brandedness about you, wanting to have the latest techniques in all kinds of things, whether it's dressing or whether it's the gadgets you have. So the level of creativity will be really wonderful with you. It's a group of planets that makes you very ambitious. And this ambitious can be seen in the nature of you wanting to be famous as well. So you should position yourself how you can win this fame. And you will travel to many countries, all that is very possible, and even do businesses with many countries. And you will be a person who will tend to be a bit dominating in the sense that you will want control, try to lessen that a bit. And your temper fuse can be a little bit short. But what the beauty is that your imagination and creativity remains fantastic. Yes, you will be rebellious in many ways. And yes, you will tend to be argumentative, but you can control all these things as you get older. I want to talk to you about your calendar year 2018 right now. And so the planets of 2018 are the planets that bring all that support for you to make the changes you want, to start new things that you want, to be able to definitely create plenty of chances for romance if that's what you want. So in short, the 2018 planets are very much to your side. They want to help you a great deal, and they want to produce plenty of opportunities for you as well. So treat the calendar year 2018 as a very friendly period. Now all I know is that you are born on the 6th of August. I don't know the year, so I don't know how old you are. I don't know your time of birth. I have not looked at your palms. I have not seen you on Skype or whether on Facebook Messenger, and therefore I'm not able to even read your face. So there's a lot more to do. So let me do it this way. Let me imagine that you are certain ages to give you a taste of how things can happen. Now if you are the ages of 15 or 24 or 33 or 42 or 51 or 60 or 69 or even 78, then you'll have to be a little careful in the year 2018. And you'll have to be careful in the sense that relationships can be very entangled and complicated, and this can produce problems of separation or even worse. And so you ought to be also careful about investments. You will tend to think in the areas of passionate businesses you love to do, but they may not be able to make money for you. So all these plans you make in 2018, if you're of these ages which I've just mentioned, you have to be very, very careful. Otherwise things can fail and things can be very costly, and things can also bring about heartache as well. So you see, ages are very important. The 2018 is basically your foundation. And how you build on this foundation is all about your ages. So if you have ages like the ones I've mentioned, you are going to build too much on your foundation. You're going to go too far, and therefore you can create problems. I'm going to give you another sample of ages. Now, if you happen to be the ages of 21 or 30 or 39 or 48 or 57 or 66 or 75, then you're going to be much, much luckier. So you see, these groups of ages which I've just mentioned have all the positive planets all lined up for you. So if you are of these ages which I've just mentioned, which are good, you'll be able to do very well in business, very well in relationships, and everything you start, if you are of these ages, everything you start in 2018 will prove to be very successful. So that's how important ages are. If you're not of these ages, you'll have to have this 90-minute session with me. And during this 90 minutes, I'll talk to you about your next 7 or 8 years, and it's going to cost you USD 50, that's all. And I'll have your date of birth, I'll have your time of birth, I'll look at your palms, I'll face read you. And year by year, calendar year by calendar year, I will go through this and I will tell you what's going to happen for your next 7 or 8 years. I'll give you a lot of information, I'll give you your personal lottery numbers. And that will be based on your date of birth, time of birth and your palms. And I'll also give you a lot of information like your lucky colors, your lucky gemstones, your lucky directions, your lucky days, a lot of other information. So you'll be really well equipped to know your next 7 or 8 years perfectly well and get the best out of them. The time of birth is very important. Your date of birth and then your time of birth. Now it's a statistic fact that on the day you were born, the 6th of August, about 400,000 people could be born all over the world, yes. And so you are sharing your horoscope with lots of people. Then when we come to use your time of birth, it narrows the field down a lot. And it brings more, not only accuracy, but more towards you. And then when I look at your palms, it becomes all about you. Because nobody will have a palm like yours. Nobody could have your fingerprints, your thumbprints. It's believed that when a person dies, that these fingerprints and thumbprints will be given to the next person immediately born. That's how they are recycled. So with all this information, date of birth, time of birth, looking at your palms, I'll be able to guide you very nicely. Very nicely. Now, why is it called a personal horoscope? It's because, as I said, everything comes down to you. And your personal horoscope is a guide. And this guide will let you know what to do, whether to go ahead in the next 7 or 8 years, whether to stay as you are, whether to get married, whether to postpone it. Everything under the sun is all involved in this 7 or 8 years during our consultation. I want to talk to you a bit about health. Now, all I know is you're born on the 6th of August, but I can see that your glandular problems, and there are 3 types of glands in men and women. With the women, of course, the ovarian glands, and with the men, of course, the prostate gland. And then your prostate gland as well. And of course, your pancreas is also a gland, and you need to be careful. And lastly, your thyroid gland can be a problem. The other thing I worry about is some form of allergies you are going to have. So there are 4 kinds of allergies. I'll have to look at your palms to see how many of these out of these 4 you are going to be troubled with. So these are the 2 things I can pick up very fast. I need more information like your date of birth and time of birth and look at your palms to speak more. And I will go through your health step by step, telling you every area of you that may have problems. And this is all about early detection as well. So I'll be doing a lot for you for your next 7 or 8 years. Just costing you USD 50. So go to Facebook, go to Skype, send me an email, make the contact with me, and I'll come back to you as fast as possible. Until then, happy birthday again and goodbye.